Hello and welcome to my first ever TEW video. Um, Today we are going to be starting the 2004 It All Begins Again mod. I'm not too experienced with TEW. I've been playing it for probably the past year. This is all I've accomplished so far in my own saves that I've done. So, as you can see, not that much. So this will be a learning experience for me along the way. I did play with this mod a little bit before I started a company as Ring of Honor. That's what I'm aiming to go for again, but I'm not too sure if that's what I'm going to stick with. So I will cut back when I am choosing the company. Or now, I guess. Okay, we're just gonna start now, I guess. ROH start. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's name it TW. I don't have any other saves on here. So, okay, I will cut back after that. Alright, we are here. Looking at the champions. Samoa Joe is the Ring of Honor champion. I couldn't remember who it was. British Isles, Mexico, Japan. I mean, there's a lot of companies we could go with here. I think I'm gonna play as Dennis Rodman as our character, though. Alright. So, I did go with Ring of Honor last time that I played this. I think I only got about a month in. I didn't really play that much of it. TNA would be kind of cool at this time. Let's see. Yeah, TNA would actually be pretty cool, I think. They're a medium-sized company, so Ring of Honor is small. That's another thing to look at. WWE would be kind of crazy to go with. I've never played as a company that big before. I've done DPW. I started an AEW one, but I didn't do more than a week of that, so another thing that would be interesting would be CZW. I mean, Nick Gage is in there. Gotta shout out the boy Nick Gage. So, a lot of interesting things here. I mean, we could also go New Japan. New Japan at the time, second in the world, medium-sized. I'm not too familiar with the roster of New Japan at this time. Or anything really. I mean, this is a 2004 save that we're working with, so the company I'd be most familiar with would be WWE. I don't know. I'm thinking of starting as Ring of Honor, though. I think that's... Or PWG. Ooh. I didn't know PWG was a thing at the time. Tiny company, 16th in the world, 100K in the bank. Don't really have a lot of spending money, but I think this would be a really fun company to work with. I think instead of Ring of Honor, we're gonna go PWG. Dennis Rodman, the owner of PWG. TNA and ROH have their falling out. Pure title vacated as AJ is not gonna be there anymore. Wow. Okay, so let's take a look at our company. Hardcore Kid, Deranged, and Lit are all leaving. Not too familiar with who any of those people are. I feel like I've heard the name Deranged before, but alright. So, events on TV. Let's see. Are we going to be missing anybody for our first show? We are not missing anybody for either night of our first show. Steve Corino is going to be missing our next show. Assuming we don't have a broadcast deal. Let's see, where would that be at? Broadcasting, where is it? Broadcasting there. Okay, yeah, we don't have anything. None. Yeah, didn't think so. Did not think so. Merchandise is amateur. I don't really think we have the money to upgrade that right now, though, either. So, production, amateur, small, semi-pro, and generic. Not enough money to spend on flipping that stuff around. Alright, well, let's take a look at our roster. Actually, let's look at our champions first, because I have no idea what was going on at PWG at this time. So Adam Pearce is our heavyweight champion, and our tag team champions are Chris Bosch and Quicksilver. Joey Ryan, former tag team champion. Alright, buddy, you're going to have to get out of here. Unless he's good. Okay, we can... Alright, let's see. So, let's sort by who's important. Perception. There it is. Do we have any stars? American Dragon, so Bryan Danielson is our only star. Well known. Adam Pearce, Punk, Kaz, Carino, Super Dragon. Alright. And then let's see our recognizables. B-Boy, Bobby Quantz, Chris Bosch, Colt Cabana, Disco Machine, Excalibur, Hardcore Kid. He's leaving in 30 days, though. He is recognizable. Paul T, Quicksilver, and Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky in a mask? I had no idea he used to work in a mask. 0% prestige on that mask, though. Alright, so it seems like we do have some teams and factions going on here. Pearson Hardcore Kid. Maybe we need to keep this Hardcore Kid guy. Super Dragon and Excalibur. Excalibur's in 2 tag teams. Havana Pitbulls. Wow. The X Foundation. Alright, let's look at our stables now. The Aerial Express, Quicksilver, Scorpio Sky, Chris Bosch. So these are our tag team champions, alright. SBS. Okay, Excalibur's just teaming with both these dudes, so we'll do some like trios action on our first show. All 3 Tomasellis, alright. And the X Foundation. Funky Billy Kim. Alright, well. Little status, not a major player, but solid part, and has some name value, but is hardly a major player. Alright. So, SBS will be the stable that we build up the most, I guess. A 3-person gang. Okay, actually, let's see. Gang, Brotherhood. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess that would make sense. And gang. Alright. So, all gangs, which is interesting. Anyways, let's take a look at just everybody's skills, I guess. Popularity. It's a shame you can't look at both of these at the same time. Where are we located? We've got to be, like... Where are we? World. It's the home region of not us. So I'm thinking more like southwest. Yeah, southwest. Okay. So we're competing with APW Iron and UPW. Okay, I don't know any of those feds, so interesting. Let me check our product as well. Forgot to do that. Guerrilla Warfare. Alright, 85% matches and 15% angles. TV shows are 60% matches and 40 angles, but we don't have any TV. We have a strict face-heel divide. Matches less than 15 will not be able to achieve world-class scores. Oh, dangerous, controversial, or bloody match types we can't do, which is kind of interesting. Hard on workers. Fans expect matches to be quite lengthy. Cheap or tainted endings to matches put people off. Overbooked matches annoy fans. Cinematic style gets penalized. Eye candy gets penalized for the planning on doing that ever. Hardcore and deathmatch are severely penalized too. Only basic setups like cage or pole and high-flying aids are... Others are penalized. Ooh. Angles need to be short or they'll lose the crowd. One steal the show. Each show may only... Oh, I thought it said need. Oh my god. I was going to say I'm not doing 2 comedy matches per show, brother. I'd start over the save. Will not be used regularly in match calculations. Have a wrestler be forced to unmask. Scorpio Sky, I hate to tell you, buddy, but that mask is coming off soon. Okay. So, I think this is pretty good. I don't see any changes that need to be made to that. Anyways, let's check out our roster now. So, Adam Pearce, our world champion. So, we're in the Southwest. He's got 24 popularity. Dragon's got 29. 20 for B-Boy. 35 for Christopher Daniels, okay. CM Punk with 25, 20 for Colt. Dennis Rodman is over, brother, let me tell you that. Okay, so Deranged is someone that's leaving, and he has 0 popularity here. 0. So I don't think he's getting booked before he leaves. Disco Machine 18. Excalibur's getting up there. Frankie Kazarian with 27. Hardcore Kid with 18. I'm thinking about re-signing this guy. Joey Ryan with 11. You can go, buddy. 22 for Paul T. Okay. Oh, we've got TJP. Dab, dab, dab. Okay, we got some refs. I need to check if we have road agents, too. We should. Joe with 35. If not, we can make some people road agents. Steve Carino with 25. Super Dragon with 24. Okay. So, not that many people that over. But, you know, we'll get there with time. We will get there with time. Oops. Did not mean to click that. Search. And let's see if we have any road agents. Roll road agent. Disco Machine. Disco Machine is our only road agent, and his skills are booking skill 53, booking rep 40. I think that's what affects it. Not the best. Reputation of 66, psychology of 46. So yeah, not the greatest. Not the greatest at all. I think we're gonna need to look into getting some road agents. Can work in USA to hire role road agent. Okay, we need to booking skill. I think we're gonna need at least a 60 for that. Bill Dundee. You might be coming to the PWG, brother. Mike Quackenbush. Scott Demore. I'm thinking we're getting Bill Dundee. I mean, he's obviously the cheapest one. Okay, yeah, we can do that, buddy. Never involve in ring work. Only events and A shows. Let me just make you exclusively a road agent, actually. Yes. Okay. Quackenbush or Demore. I think we're gonna get Demore. Alright. Boom. And our next show is in 8 days, so we should have those people coming on before then. I'm gonna put Hardcore Kid in a match on our next show, see how he does, and decide if we're re-signing him from there. let's check our size to see what we need to get. So we have a 30 ranking in the Southwest, so we need to get a 30 or higher. And we could move up to small decently soon. So that's good to know. That is good to know. I don't have any storylines in mind. I don't really know what I'm going to do for our first show. So I'm going to sim to then. I'm going to stop if there's anything that pops up in the meantime. But for now, with 2 road agents, and I think we have 2 referees. Let me just double check that. Oh, we've still got Disco Machine as a road agent. 2 referees. Yeah, we've got... Okay, I'm feeling not confident, but I'm feeling prepared for our first show. So, I will skip to when we get there. See you on the other side. Alright, well, we've got some things that popped up on here. So, let's see what's going on. Bill Dundee. He is coming on as a face. Scott D'Amore still waiting. Scott D'Amore. Oh, AAA have dropped out of negotiations. Just did like he get like signed by WWE? Like, what is the other company? AAA? Maybe he's not gonna sign because he owns his own company. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna have to sign Quackenbush. He's also the owner of Chikara, though. I don't know if he's gonna want to come on. It's not like we're offering him an exclusive, though. And he'll be whatever is needed because we can have him work too. Alright, I will sim until the next thing that pops up, and I will see you then. Pretty quick. He's only simmed 1 day, but Scott D'Amore is coming on. We're gonna bring him on as a heel, I guess. I am also gonna check our face-heel divide on our roster, because that does matter in this company. Is there not a way to sort by heel or face? I thought there has to be. Surely. Surely. Okay, well, I guess we will see when we get to our show who is face and heel. Alright, I will sim to the next event. Alright, we've got another event. Mike Quackenbush is coming on, and we're going to bring him on as a face. I mean, let's see what happened on Raw this week. Shawn Michaels defeats Christian in a 100 match. Jericho defeats Kane in a 99 match. So, WWE is on fire right now. Val Venus going up in the opener. Don't really agree with that. But, I mean, this show, a 100 rating and a 99 rating. Let's see what's going on Heat. Heat's not keeping up, but Christian working double duty. He main evented both shows, so shout out Christian. I'd love to bring him on if we could eventually. You know what? I'm going to shortlist that man right now because I really want to get Christian Cage in here. Christian Cage, when is your contract up, buddy? 360 days, so we've got a year to work ourselves up to get Christian Cage in here, and I think we can do that. I think that's our first goal of this save, is to bring Christian Cage to PWG. Alright, I will sim to the next event, and I think the next event should be our show. It's in 3 days. We will be booking All-Star Weekend, and I think that's where we're going to end this episode after that. So, I will see you there. Alright, we are back, and we've got an email. Scott D'Amore has been offered a contract by CMLL. As long as that's not interfering with us... Let's see. When are our events? Availability. Okay, Scott D'Amore is not missing anything, so... Ooh, this show's gonna be rough. Missing some of the ROH guys, and our ROH guys are kind of people that we're relying on a little bit, so that's gonna be a rough show. But our first show is tonight, so let's get to that. Nobody's getting the night off. I don't know if everybody's getting booked, but nobody's getting the night off. AZ Castle Sports Club, your tonight's venue. Oh, I did not edit the booking team. Oh, wow. Alright, well. So we have 2 creative energy after that. Alright, well. Yeah, that was not... I forgot about that. Okay, so incident involving Joey Ryan, Super Dragon, Frankie Kazarian, and Colt Cabana. Okay, so these 3... I don't like Joey Ryan. Like, I'm just gonna put that out there. Not a fan of the man. But Frankie Kazarian and Super Dragon, these are 2 people that we want to keep in good spirits on our roster at least. So I think we're just gonna give them a stern warning. Super Dragon's annoyed, and of course Super Dragon gets annoyed. It couldn't help Joey Ryan. It couldn't annoy Joey Ryan. It had to be Super Dragon that got annoyed. Shane Ballard and El Jefe are having a heated argument. Don't really know who either of these 2 are. Oh, wow. And Shannon Ballard. I think that's the other Ballard. Or Ballard? Excuse my language. Sorry. But El Jefe's getting into fights with them. But Christopher Daniels and Human Tornado are getting along well. So at least there's that. American Dragon is brightening the backstage mood. And it's all good. So we're going to inspire for... maybe not. How about a team bonding? Yeah, let's do that. Strengthen relationships between Daniels and Joe and Daniels and Dragon. So maybe putting those 2 in a match tonight. It is the first night of PWG All-Star Weekend. So I think we're going to get booking this show. And I will cut back when... if there's anything interesting that I have to show, or if anything pops up. If not, I will see you when the show is fully booked. Alright, so we've got this show booked. Not feeling too confident in it. The first thing that I booked was this main event, which is already taking a lot of our top guys out, with Pierce, Punk, Colt, and Joe. And then we have our tag team champions in there as well. But since this is All-Star Weekend, I really wanted to set up some matches for the second night. So no title defenses on this first night, but we're setting up 2 title matches for the next show. The next match I'm most confident in is Chris Daniels versus Frankie Kazarian. And, I mean, this is going to be a banger, I hope. I mean, I'm putting a lot of faith in these 2 guys. American Dragon versus Bobby Quance versus Steve Corino. Not too confident in Bobby Quance. Don't really know who that is. But Steve Corino and American Dragon, I'm putting them in a technical match. Really hoping that gets the job done. The rest of these matches kind of just filling out the card. Just getting some people on the card that I want to get on there. And Joey Ryan, unfortunately, made the card. But we got everybody booked except for one person. Unfortunately, I realized Excalibur and Disco Machine, I believe his name is, are on commentary, so we cannot use them as wrestlers for the time being. So, anyways, let's get this show on the road. Couldn't tell you who are in these 2 pre-show matches. It was literally just filling out the card, so let's get started. 27 match rating. Oh, Disco Machine, we had him road aging some matches. I tried to make sure the matches that were important were not booked by him, but I didn't want to overwork our other road agents. So Phoenix Star and Lil Cholo had the best performance in this match. Phoenix Star went up. 27 match rating. 32 for this next one. Apollo Khan and Mike Quackenbush could have done better as a road agent, so that's good to know. Sorry, this match was Jardy France, who I had getting the pinfall, so that's good. Putting the right people over so far. 46 segment rating to open the show. We had Steve Corino cutting a promo. Mike Quackenbush, I think we're going to have to keep him off the road agency because it's popping up with that a second time. So, Anyway, Steve Carino, I had him cutting a promo before his match. He had the highest mic skills out of any of our stars, so wanted to put him out there, see what he could do. Didn't do too hot, but this match did pretty hot. American Dragon off his game, still got a 64 performance. Bobby Quance, not the hottest person in this match, but Scott D'Amore also could have done a better job as road agenting, and that's not good for us. None of our road agents seem to be working out too hot, so... Anyways, next match, 39, not terrible. We had this as high flying or aerial, whatever. High spots, yes. B-Boy had the highest performance in that. Not bad from anybody, really. Nobody was really too off their game. B-Boy was off his game, even though they got a 50, so... 37 for our next one. I wanted to get the Havana Pitbulls a win. I want to get them a little... over as a tag team. I was originally going to have them in our main event, but they were both unimportant and they were not able to do the length of the main event that I wanted them to do. Christopher Daniels promo. Scott D'Amore also could have done better as a road agent. I should have checked who was the road agent for the last match because it didn't say anything. 60 from Daniels, 50 from Kaz, 52 segment rating, so not too bad. I have a little segment after. Ooh, and that's a 59 segment rating, so that's pretty good. 40 segment rating for this match. Shane Ballard really off his game, but still got a 37. I mean, it's not too bad. Not too far off the other guys. Ballard brothers actually had pretty good basics, so I wanted to get them on the show. Wasn't really sure what else to do for my show, so this was kind of a thrown together match, but wanted to get these guys on there, even though they caused some problems before the show. Puma versus Lit. Okay, really, really not our best match, but we needed to throw something else on there. I wanted to get TJP Dab on there. Lit's leaving the company in 30 days, so figured he could eat a loss. And in our main event, a 34 segment rating. Hardcore Kid got chronic shoulder pain and a 27 segment rating. So, not too sure if we're going to be keeping him around. I only put him in this match because he is a tag team with Adam Pearce. So, this was originally just going to be a 3 versus 3 with Scorpio Sky being left out and Hardcore Kid being left out, but wanted to get him on the show. Samoa Joe with our best rating in the match. Punk did pretty good. Adam Pearce did pretty good. Scorpio Sky did surprisingly well. I didn't really expect him to be getting in the 40s at this point. Chris Bosch, our tag team champion, not getting that good of a rating, so might have to switch the belts off of them sooner rather than later. Second City Saints aren't a tag team in this, but we could definitely make them one. Don't know if I want to put the belts on Punk and Cabana, though. I think they're a little higher card than the tag belts, but we're setting up a match against them for the next show. I could see Punk getting a little upset at having to eat the loss to Chris Bosch or Quicksilver, so their tag title reign may be coming to an end on the next show, but we will see. And Quicksilver is the one who caused the chronic shoulder pain. So that's very interesting. Chris Bosch with a bad rating and Quicksilver causing some damage to Hardcore Kid. So maybe we are going to switch the belts off of them. 41 overall rating, increasing our popularity in front of 509 people. I mean, it's not the worst. We can definitely do better from this. I mean, with this, we're setting up an American Dragon versus Christopher Daniels match. I think we're going to do Daniels and Kaz take on... or Dragon and Kaz take on Daniels and someone on the next show. And we will go from there. And on our next show after that, I think we're going to do Dragon versus Daniels as the main event. So, looking pretty good. Let's address the locker room. I'm going to give a big shout out to Bryan Danielson. American Dragon, sorry. Not used to calling him that. We're going to praise him for a great performance. And I don't know who else we want to praise. I mean, Daniels did really good. He had 3 segments, and he did decent in all of them. So let's point him out as a good example. Dragon's pleased, and Daniels is pleased. Injury review. Oh, that's going to be 69 days, but it's going to be worked through. So, I mean, I guess that's all right. Made $2,000, so we're not losing money, but we're not getting that much money either. But I will take it, and our popularity stays at 30. So it's going to be an uphill battle to get over that, but I believe we can. And I will cut back when we get to the incident segments of the next show. Alright, well, we are here on the second night of All-Star Weekend, and it's been about an hour or two since I booked the last show of the weekend, and I've realized as I've got into this screen that I have forgotten to change the creative team. So, therefore, the booking team meeting is not going to go that well tonight. We'll probably end up with 4 creative energy total, based on how it went last time. We're changing arenas, so two different arenas on this weekend. Okay, so we have 9 creative energy now, so we're saving up. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there eventually. GQ Money has turned up and requested that he be allowed to hang out backstage. GQ Money. I'm gonna say no. Actually, you know what? Sure. Why not? I wish you were working for us, but alright. And, you know, at night 2, we're gonna have some title matches on this card. So let's inspire. And also, let's just say that locker room incident was so much more calmer than the first night. That was so nice. Thank you guys. Thank you to the PWG roster. Let's get to booking the second show, and I will cut back if anything interesting pops up during it. If not, I will see you when the show is fully booked. Alright, we are here with night 2 of our All-Star Weekend. We do have a booking message because Hardcore Kid is wrestling with his chronic shoulder pain, but I have faith in him that'll make it through. This card was actually harder to book than the first one, to be quite honest. I had Adam Pearce and Joe planned out, tag titles planned out. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. We had this Dragon Kaz versus Daniels and mystery partner that we decided would be Bobby Quance as planned out, but the rest of this is kind of thrown together on the fly. And we'll get more into it as the show gets on. So let's start this. 27 to start off the show with 2 people off their game and not a good road agent. But this is on the pre-show at least. So we're getting we're doing something. I don't know. Quackenbush not being good road agent once again. Scorpio Sky 43. Scorpio Sky, I will do something with you. You are promising, and SCU may come into fruition more sooner than you would think. Or will it? I don't know. I don't know with what we're planning. Steve Carino, 61 segment rating. Scott D'Amore could have done better as a road agent, so I guess we should have had Bill Dundee in there. But we had Dennis Rodman interviewing him. I'm not sure why he didn't show up, but I think that helped increase the segment rating a little bit at least. Dennis Rodman did have pretty good abilities on everything, so. And then that Steve Carino promo leads him to a match with Salvatore Tomaselli and a 51 rating. So Steve Carino doing a very good carry job here for Salvatore, so I will happily take that. And then after the match, we have Punk and Colt Cabana attacking Steve Carino right before their tag team match. The 2 dirty heels taking advantage of a face after his match. What will this lead to? I don't know. But in the next match, CM Punk and Colt Cabana win the tag team championships. CM Punk head and shoulders above everybody else. And Aerial Express only held those titles for about 20 days. So Punk and Colt Cabana, you guys are in for a long reign because, quite frankly, we do not have any teams that are built up to beat you. So This will be an interesting reign to book. I'm not really sure. I have no long-term plans for this. I just kind of hot-shotted the titles onto them. I wasn't really sure about even putting the titles on them in the first place, but I'm not confident in Chris Bosch and Quicksilver as running our tag team division, so we're putting it on 2 stars. I don't think Colt's a star. Not yet, at least. Maybe we'll make him one with this tag title reign. Next match, a 45 rating. Not that bad for a really thrown together match. Mike Quackenbush really showing off here. So, this was a chaotic nature match. Mayhem, one of those. So, still did pretty good for that. Brad Bradley not holding his end of the bargain. Is that Brad Maddox? Not Brad Maddox. What's his name? Jay Bradley? I think it's Jay Bradley. From TNA Gut Check. Shout out. Ooh. This might be... I don't know for sure, but this might be our highest rated match so far. With Dragon off his game still. But Christopher Daniels getting a 64 match rating. Bobby Quance only a 28. Kind of the weak link in there, but we don't really have that many heels built up that are even recognizable right now, so we got to take what we can get. But all around, pretty good performance from everybody other than Bobby Quance. Really happy with his match rating. And a segment rating of 55 afterwards. I like that. So we see Josh Prohibition and MDog20. I forget what their tag name is, if they even have one. I think it's the Burning River Brigade. I could be wrong. But they are attacking American Dragon and Frankie Kazarian. So aligning themselves with Christopher Daniels. So it's going to be interesting to see where this story develops. We do definitely have a program going on between Dragon and Christopher Daniels now. Frankie's involved. Probably going to be pairing off with these 2 guys, finding himself a third person that he can pair with. And we're setting that up for the future. And in the next match, another really thrown together match. Wanted to get the Ballard brothers on there again. Not the greatest, not the worst though either. Mike Quackenbush not doing good in the road agency. Just wanted to calm the crowd down a little bit right before this 5v5 tag match. Hardcore Kid's injury took a really big toll on him. Funky Billy Kim is off his game. Rocky's off his game. And Scott could have done better as the road agent. Hardcore Kid with a 19. I know he's injured, but just... I don't think we're going to be keeping any of the guys that are leaving around on our roster. Charles Mercury, who's the only person I left off of the show last night, and having a worse performance than an injured guy. Not looking too hot for you there, buddy. And the rest, Jardy France, once again with a 48, had them getting the win again. That's the only promising person in this match. I mean, Puma, Dab, TJP, I want to do something with him, but he's going to be a bit of a project. Scott Lost and Joey Ryan did pretty decent as a tag team. Funky Billy Kim is going to get left by the wayside. And the Havana Pitbull's really the only thing of note from this side of the team. I mean, these 2 right here, Charles Mercury and Hardcore Kid, we're not really gonna be seeing too much of them around PWG anymore. And Thomas Ellie, you can do some work with your brothers. And in our main event, a 45, I had Joe. I originally wanted Joe to take the title off of Pierce. I was setting that up with our last show. But we only have 2 titles in PWG, and I didn't really want to switch both of our titles on the same show. Not yet, at least. So we just had them go to a time-limit draw, and it's didn't do as good as I really hoped it to be. I had a spectacle for the match type, and Adam Pearce didn't live up to that. Samoa Joe did a lot better in his match last night with a 61 I think he had, and only a 50 tonight. So maybe it's not the time to do a spectacle yet. So 49 show rating. I believe that is better than what we did last time, or about the same. So, not too bad. This American Dragon, Frankie Kaz, Daniels, and Bobby Clarence match, that's what we're looking for every single time we shoot now. This match is what we need to beat, and I'm confident that we will be able to do that with our next show. We'll get Dragon in there with Daniels to main event it, and cinema. Alright. I know I praised Daniels and Dragon last time, but I kind of want to at least do Daniels again. Christopher Daniels, we're gonna give him a hug, you know? He's killing it out there. And I'm gonna shout out Jardy France. I'm gonna say he's pointed out as a good example, you know? He's one to watch. He's just an unimportant guy on our card right now, but we're gonna give him a good shout out here. He's been putting on good performances this whole weekend, and hopefully that'll improve his morale a little bit. And we're making a little bit more money than last time, so that's pretty good. I forgot to check how much attendance we had. Our popularity didn't go up yet, but hey, we're on the right track. We are on the right track. And from here, I think that's going to be the end of my first episode of TEW with this PWG save. I plan on making the next... Actually, let me check what this mail is first. Big Baby Slim is now classified as a regular wrestler. Don't have any idea what he was before, but good to know. But I think that is where we are going to end it here. On our next show, on our next episode, we will be doing PWG the Musical. And that is only 6 days away. And our next show after that is a whole month away, so we will be doing some time skips in the next episode, I can tell you that much. But thank you for watching. If you have any tips, any suggestions, anything to add, please leave it down below in the comments. And I hope to see you again soon. Peace. One more thing before I end this episode. We are going to change our booking team around. Yeah, we need some better people in our booking team, and Bill Dundee, Mike Quackenbush, Scott Demore. I mean, welcome to the team, guys. I mean, that's our road agents, so feel pretty good about that. And, I mean, now we will be getting some more creative energy. We'll be able to get some creative finishes, angle ideas, stuff like that. We'll be in a better place for next episode. Generating approximately 218 creative energy per meeting, that's really good. So, as long as we aren't missing these guys for any shows, which I don't think we are. Let me just check the next few. It's just our ROH guys that we're missing. Yeah, so I think we're doing pretty good. Well, Mike Quackenbush is going to be missing one of ours in July, but we still got 3 people on the creative team. Might add a 5th. Should add a 5th, just for when we're missing one. Let's add in Adam Pierce with a 47, Disco Machine with a 53. Steve Carino with a 55. Steve Carino, welcome to the booking team. And Samoa Joe is happy about that, so. I'm also going to add some storylines in. I am going to add our world title feud of Samoa Joe and Adam Pierce. And also, I am going to add in the Christopher Daniels storyline. I don't really know what I'm going to call this. Rise of the Fallen Angel. Alright, Christopher Daniels, M-Dog, and Josh Prohibition. And we're going to add an American Dragon to this as well. And I think we're also going to add in Frankie Kazarian. And we're going to align him to American Dragon, add a supporting role. And you are going to be with Chris Daniels. You are also going to be with Chris Daniels. And I think those are our 2 stories for now. We could also do some sort of thing. I'm planning on building up that tag title storyline that we started with CM Punk, Colt Cabana, and we're gonna add in Steve Corino. I'm not too sure who his partner is gonna be, but we're gonna do something where Steve Corino's going for the tag titles. Steve is missing our next show, so I think that's gonna be reason. So Second City Saints took Corino out, and Corino will be back for the next show, but we are missing our tag team champions. It's going to be rough on those days where Ring of Honor is also running a show at the same time, because we are really losing our top guys. I mean, Dragon, Punk, Joe. These other 3, I mean, Cabana's our tag team champion, so I guess let's include him. It doesn't really suck to lose Savannah Pitbulls for a show or 2, but the rest of these guys would like them here weekly if we could. Anyways, that is going to do it for this episode. I think I've got everything settled that I need to, and we can breeze into the next episode quite nicely. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace.